Everybody, good evening to you. Welcome to Willkommen aus meiner stream. I wasn't here last week. And it's been weird. Last week was definitely a weird case of the old long COVID, and so I just felt exhausted and I didn't feel like I was in the mood for fun. And no one wants a grumpy me. Anyone who remembers what it was like to watch me at Poetry Unplugged will remember how grumpy I could get if I was tired or I was just frustrated. I'm really bad at concealing my grumpiness, so I thought that I would, just leave it out and just be knackered and grumpy at home, and have my family suffered my knackered grumpiness instead. Today I'm drinking Spanish Stella from a frosted glass. Probably my last frosted glass lager of summer. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice weather. Very nice weather. Unseasonably warm. Although September's always a good one. So in London anyway. I don't know about anywhere else, but in London I find September delivers the goods. You can still go out in your t-shirt. A few rainy days here and there, but you know, other than that, rather pleasant. What else was I going to say? I can't remember. I've got no viewers, and that's always really nice. I always enjoy having no viewers. I'm just going to play Lake again, get back into it. I haven't played it since I played it 2 weeks ago on this very stream, so that'll be interesting. I won't remember any of the controls, but it doesn't feel like one of those really complicated games where you have to remember lots of I don't know, lots of obscure controls. So I'm sure it will be fine on the trusty Xbox Series S controller. So let's begin. Right, so I can't remember any of the people I was talking to. That's the lady in the diner who has some bloke working in her kitchen, and he keeps having disasters in the kitchen, and her husband had died before, but she's all right about it. She's one of those people, you know, you get to some people when the spouse dies, and they're like they just like plummet. But she's one of those people that carries on, buries their spouse and just carries on. Changed the name of the diner from the bloke's name. You see, there's a sign right there. So yeah, I was probably writing poems about how she was quite sinister. Let me have a look at my little poetry thing. It's Maureen. The last poem I wrote in the previous stream was Maureen doesn't want you to know Ashley's agony within the burning kitchen. The veneer of wholesome local businesshood is thinner than her caked on foundation. So I wasn't too kind about Maureen in that poem. But let's just jump in. I can talk about how I'm doing along the way. Yes, I am sure I want to load the game. I remember nothing about this. Okay. Just before I go to my writing screen, I need to check my Safari tabs, because I can hear myself as a slight echo of myself. Don't want to do that. Is it this one? Nope. Give me a second. Sorry, I know this isn't very isn't hot viewing here. Okay, let's go on to my other tabs. This one here. I can't hear myself now, so I think I'm all right. Okay, so I've just chatted to Maureen. Is there anything else I'm meant to do? I can still hear myself. Oh, I know what to do. These Xbox headphones, it's quite good. You can kind of turn the game up and you can't hear yourself wittering in the background as I am. Okay, so I have deliveries to make. I can't even remember the name of the lady, the main person in this game. I know that I have parcels to deliver, so let's just get on that van. See what else we have to go. I can still hear myself. God almighty. Oh, so yeah, I've set my exposure to a bit higher, and I've changed my light. So I was looking I've caught the sun a bit, and so me looking a little bit tanned, plus the kind of tan lighting, the sort of sepia lighting I get from this light here. I changed it for the normal one because I was just looking very wee orange. The kind of orange that, oh wow, I've got a lot left to deliver. Okay, so I've got some parcels. Okay, I finally blocked myself out. Zoom in. So I'm going to Main Street and Lake Road. I'm on 500 Lake Road. And they got parcels. It's alright. Sorry. What a shambles. Aha, I finally found the thing I want to close. There we go. Now I can't hear myself. Sorry, that's very distracting hearing my own echo. That's the wrong one. I think that's right. Okay. These are quite good. So if you're connected, you can connect to your Xbox and another device. So if you turn them this way, you can only hear the Xbox. If you could turn it halfway, you can hear them both. And if you go all the way back, you can only hear the device. And I forgot which one's which. Right, where's 200? It's always great fun watching some schmuck. Oh, that's a mission. That's a parcel. And oh, I've totally forgotten how to play this game. Okay. Woods. There's definitely a parcel there. This is Lake Road. So if I find 200 Lake Road, is this Lake Road? That's East Lake Road. Ah, what's this then? I don't know how to play this game. Okay. It doesn't matter. Why am I getting so worried? It's okay. It's not a real job. I don't have to speak. It's just a game. I don't have to worry about getting fired. Okay, let's bring the poem thing up, shall we? There we go. Serious business. Mo Posty poems. Right. So if I go along this way, I will eventually deliver my parcel. Just looking for another parcel icon, you know what I mean? I can't see it. I can see letter icons and a parcel icon, but that's it. Okay. I'm guessing these are all places I can visit now because I've been there once. Let's just drive to 200 Lake Road and see what happens. Okay. Bloody button do I press? Right. Get in the car. That's 500 Lake Road. Oh, I tried to crash into it. Okay. Driving my truck into the woods. Already getting stressed out by this game. There's also been a mosquito in my flat for a while, and I've lost a viewer. I've noticed that much, which is fair enough. And he's had a couple of bites of me, and I'm pretty good at catching mosquitoes. Normally I hold my hand out and they just jump on my hand, and then they're about to bite me and I squish them. But this one, he's made of sterner stuff than your average mosquito, I've got to say. Made of much sterner stuff than your average mozza. So I'm not sure what to do with him. Because I keep on failing to get... He always flies off at the last moment, this one. He's like got some kind of fly DNA. Like, I find mosquitoes, they're about to start eating you, and then they get greedy and they get consumed, I think, mentally by the feast that they're about to have. Okay, that's the hotel where the rude man was playing video games and ignoring me. That was annoying. So I'm waiting to get to a house so I can see what number I'm at. But it's out in the sticks, isn't it? It's out in the sticks in America, so you can't tell what number it is. Oh, tunnel. I don't think I've been through the tunnel in this game. Very exciting. There we go. That's one hell of a tunnel. Some relaxing sort of strummy yokel music playing. This reminds me of what's that program on Netflix, Ozark, but everything's not this weird tint of blue. Basically, if you go to the Ozarks in the United States, which is somewhere in the deep south, everything suddenly turns blue, and then it goes a bit more yellow when they go to somewhere like Vegas. Okay, we've got some house numbers. Oh, that's a garage. Oh, I just want to check this map. No, wrong one. Map, no. Right, okay. Why is there something in the middle of the lake? Have I just set a waypoint there by accident? I have. Okay, I'm here. I've driven all the way round. I could see the crazy old woman. I think I was making jokes before about how she was like some drug trafficker. Which could happen. Got a letter for Bear Creek. There's the service station. Oh, I've got to return Mortimer to Miss Jenkins. That's the cat. See, I can't remember what I did before. Have I got the cat? I'll find out when I... Right. Miss Jenkins it is. The last stream, actually, I watched a little bit of it because there are some things I missed in the game. Okay, where's 200 as well? What's the number there? 114. Okay, that's the crazy cat lady. You shouldn't say that. It's sexist. Interrupting myself, cancelling myself. Okay, let's get out. Exit. Oh, this is 202. There we go. So that's 200. Oh, alright. Gonna grab... Oh, there we go. I've got the cat. I've got your pusher. You must be dreaming. Sean Connery impressions. Quality entertainment. Here she is. Here she is. There she is. She's having a walkabout. Alright, shut it.
Look who's back. Mortimer! Oh, look at you! You're good as new.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, Mr. Mackey did say not to feed him cupcakes.
I suppose he's right.
He is right.
It's just that he likes them so much. Don't you, Mortimer?
Oh, bless
Anyway,
her.
thank you so much, Meredith.
It's all right.
My pleasure. See you, Miss Jenkins.
Call me Mildred, dear. Say goodbye to Meredith, Mortimer.
She's called Meredith. I've unlocked the achievement Cat Lover. What was her name again? Was it Mildred? Oh, sorry to quote Bukowski this early. Let's have a line break. Not a bad first poem, eh? Mortimer loves Mildred's cupcakes, but they'll kill him, goddammit, kill him. Bukowski said, find what you love and let it kill you, but this isn't love. It's a cat being crammed too hard into a human world, and all he has is the oblivion of sugar to stop him dreaming of little creatures squealing from his jaws, of 1,000 elegant cruelties that his species is heir to. Let's have a, there we go. Let's have a good old dash there. Okay. Got more deliveries, people. More deliveries. Right. What's on the round? What's on the round? I don't feel like playing it like Grand Theft Auto today. I feel chilled today. I actually want to be a good postal worker. Oh. Okay. How did that happen? Review Addit 87 documentation. Nah. How do I do that? I don't even know how to do that. Oh, that's right. It's the guy from the office who phoned up to say something like, I can't even remember. Oh yeah, we're going to do a new issue. I know you're on holiday. Can you look over this for me? I'm sending it to the post office. Some kind of bolax like that. Spanish Stella, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't realise I was meant to look through some kind of diary. Right. Okay, so we've got Main Street. Let's do the Main Street parcel and then we'll do the letters. Can do that letter on the way. Lots of letters. Okay. Oh, I've just gone past one. I'm going to go round. I'm going to go round. How do I get out? There we go. Like that. Let's go deliver a letter around here. This game is very chill. I'm playing a game on the Switch at the moment called Eastward. It's bloody brilliant. It's so good. It's an indie game. The pixel art is absolutely gorgeous. I know that we're always saying this about pixel art, but indie gamers especially. But the pixel art in it is exquisite. It's that right kind of blend of pixely goodness with sort of more modern lighting effects. Recommended. And it's really linear. And I don't normally like games that are very, very linear. But it's a really wonderful story, and the characters are brilliant as well. The characters are really beautiful and engaging. So I think that's why I'm enjoying it. Now this one, I think there's a bit of a story going on in this one too, isn't there? Okay, what's the letter? 105 High Street. Deliver mail. Okay, back in the van, lady. Can't remember how you run. Do you run? Is there a run command? Whatever. I'm not going to run on this job. If you're a poster, you don't run on the job. Right. A couple of letters and some parcels round the corner. Poor old Mortimer with his cupcakes and his sugary oblivion. All he wants to do is maul innocent creatures and revel in their suffering. Okay, keep going. Over the bridge and then hit a left. I'd be good at this posty lark, I'm telling you. Right, there's a letter here. Oh, someone's got a nice little 80s sports car there. Okay, top of the road. Is it this one here? 204? .302 Jackson Street, is that the one? Just says Meredith. Okay. .110 .204. You what, mate? You effing what? And that says 302. This game is confusing me, but the strummy type guitars are still oddly reassuring. Well, it just... I don't understand this game. Right, okay. Hello, Abba. How's it going? I'm playing a chilled out posty game. But I'm getting confused. You're normally really handy with this kind of thing, you know. 204. I mean, the map seems to show the right place. There was a control for her walking quickly. I'll deliver mail. There we go. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Alright, don't get nosy. Okay. Back in the van. Time for a parcel. Normally with a parcel there's something a bit story related. Okay. Well, yeah, but you know, like how I never talk work in these streams. I went into Submittable the other day, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Should probably save it for another time, but you know, seeing as you're here, had a look at a few things. But I was a bit confused. I didn't know whether I got a vote in a thumbs up, thumbs down thing. You know, and don't even bother answering this for me. It's me speaking out loud, and we can email. Okay. Anyway. Right. Finally ventured into Submittable. Right, okay. Are you? Right. Yeah, I saw that Submittable had an update. I went in, I looked at a few things, and there were some interesting things that I read there. Actually, it's quite good because I was mentoring, wasn't I? So I could go into, I could actually look through. I looked through manuscripts with our intern, and gave my immediate kind of thoughts on how I would process submittable manuscripts, which is very different to how I do others, because I'm literally looking for something that's going to make me go, wow, or something that I think is quite good, and I need to write a nice polite letter to that person to encourage them. Other than that, everything else is like, no. That's how you have to go into submittable. You have this kind of like, I want to make a book with you, and then I would like to write you a nice letter. I want to go to that much effort. I want to write you a nice letter and encourage you, and hope that you might might submit to us again in the future. And then everyone else who might be lovely, might not be lovely, might put a ton of love into their manuscript, but when you're going for a few hundred, that's it. Yeah, it was fun. It was really nice. It was really good fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoy, you know, teaching people stuff. I enjoy teaching. I'm teaching again next week in an actual room, and I am looking forward to it. I'm wait a minute. Let me just see when my parcel is there. Okay, I'm getting out and I'm delivering this thing. I do enjoy teaching. Because I don't think you know anything until you've taught it. Does that sound really highfalutin? You know what I mean? Like, where am I delivering this to? Is it here? Oh, it's a video shop. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of the stuff has already been voted on. And it's just for me to look at it and say whether I want to work with that person or not. Work with that manuscript or not. Anyway. Bit of country music. There's a bit of a frisson. There's a bit of a spark between these two in the game. I have to say that I have been playing gay women quite a lot in video games by my own choice, I should add, and so now that I'm playing a game where I think the romance options are women for this woman, I'm a bit bored of it. Really want to play a gay man in my next one. I think that's the way I'm going. Not in that way, just in my whole being other people in games, which I think is one of the most fun things about games. I think I've shied away from the playing a gay man thing, and yeah, right. And I think that would be cool. I should have done that with the Vikings.
And the tape you gave me.
Oh, wow. You watched it already?
Next time I get a choice, because games are actually giving you the choice now, which is great. Right, anyway. There's a lot more to this movie than I expected. Name him Jeremy. Definitely. Whichever game I play next where I can create my own character. I don't even know when that will be. He'll be a gay man called Jeremy. That's definitely it.
But it's not as good. You can't beat Lana Turner's smoldering intensity.
You're laying it on a bit thick there, darling. Yeah. Say it.
Smoldering might be a little exaggerated.
I'm so glad you liked it. Most of the people here don't really appreciate the art of classic cinema. They just want to see Police Academy again.
Yeah, I was thinking about the characters that I play in games and the most awkward ones. And I'm like, if I play a straight man in the game, I can't escape feelings that I'm cheating on my missus in real life. So if I play a woman character who has an affair with a woman, not as bad. I think it'll be the same. Man having an affair with a man, that'd be fine. But I think I felt a bit awkward about my wife in Stardew Valley. I went for Maru, if anyone's interested. Okay. Thank you. No, I like this game. It is chilled. It's really like... I'm into it. Okay. You're selling them... I can't even remember what she said. Hey, I'm afraid you're right. Say something nice after the dismissive comment.
Pretty lonely being the only movie buff around.
Oh, let's flirt. Keep feeding my VCR and I'll be up to speed in no time.
Well, keep feeding my VCR and I'll be up to speed in no time.
Will do. Let me think about it and I'll get back to you. You know, it's good to see you.
Any particular reason?
Because
That's how she is inside right now.
A sneaky little plan.
Stick with the flirtiness.
Oh, we're whispering now?
There we go.
I want you to meet me, say, at 5 today.
Ooh. She's got a best mate as well, you know. She's got a best mate around, and I wonder if there's something going on with her best mate, or old best mate, I should say. I think the strategy I'm going to play is I think if there are multiple romantic options, she's going to be an absolute trollop. That's what I think. She's like an executive who's covering for her dad while he's on holiday, so she's taking a 2-week holiday working as a postal worker. That's the basic plot of the game thus far. Yeah, so I think because it is a 2-week holiday, she can just be absolutely reckless of everyone's feelings, because ultimately, even though she feels that this is something more soulful, adding more meaning to life, ultimately there is a narcissistic evil within her, which is what has got her to the top of a very competitive magazine industry in 1980s New York. The game tries to portray this as different because probably made by some middle class people or something like that, but ultimately I have the vision and I can see how fundamentally evil she really is. That explains why I'm going to play it the way I'm going to play it. Okay then, so yeah, a date.
What? Like a date?
That's normally the thoughts I have in the middle of my conversation with someone.
More like a business proposal.
Right.
You in?
Alright, I'm in.
I'm in.
5 o'clock.
Hurrah! I'll see you this afternoon.
Wait, where are we meeting up?
Your place? It's 102 New Street.
Okay, that's gone from like sort of like from fun to stalker in seconds.
Inviting yourself over. That's quite impertinent.
Well, hey, do you want to know my sneaky little plan or not?
I mean, obviously she'll know where she lives because everyone knows where everyone lives.
Oh, well.
It's settled then. See you at 5, partner.
I just like the way that I had like little rant saying she's evil, and then it all went a bit stalky. It's not that, it's a village though, isn't it? It's like a small community. Everyone knows where the other person lives. So why are you going? See, this is like, why are you going around my place? Yeah. What is your secret? What are you concealing? I bet it's something really innocent, like she's got a child. Something like that. Lives with her mum and a child. I like the posters here. Back to the Present. Gremlins. Let's look at the videos. Ghost Blasters. What's here? Meman Fu. The Kung Fu Kid. Blade Jogger. Excellent stuff. The Bee. Space Wars. Repo Woman. The Thermometer. I love it. I love it. Okay. Poem number 2. LGM. I don't know what that means. Czarface. Like it. Okay. Lynx is axe in other territories. Half drank or half drunk, editor. Bottle. Lieb. Okay. Happiness is an oversized rental copy of the film your mum wouldn't let you watch 2 years ago when you were all top lip bum fluff and treble screech, and now you're the proud owner of some chin bristles and half a can of Lynx has been decanted under your arms, and the woman behind the counter is more concerned that you haven't clocked the half drunk bottle of Meadfrau milk under the counter. That doesn't work, I'll change that later. The fates are aligned, and tonight you will watch Predator. You son of a masterpiece. Okay. Some vinyls there as well, look at that. I never remember there being vinyls in a video shop. Like, no one cared about vinyls in the 80s, in the late 80s. Don't know if it's mid 80s, late 80s, but like it was all about tapes and CDs. Vinyl fetishism is like a 90s onwards thing, and when I see vinyl in an 80s game, I know they're liars. I don't know, maybe rural villages were into vinyl, I don't know. Okay, let's look at the more parcels. How late is it? Maybe I missed the date, I don't know. Don't care. If she's a stalker, she'll wait, innit? Letter down here, and then letter across the road. We'll go across the road, head back. Okay, this one here. It's got to be this one. Deliver mail. Okay. Then back round there. I have to do a UE. Oh. I am enjoying this game. It is very chilled. Just right. Okay. I don't drive, but I have driven. When I was a gardener, I drove quad bikes with trailers on them. I drove tractors and transit vans, but I drove mainly around the grounds of the places I worked at. One of them being a theme park. I can't tell you which one it was, but I can only tell you everything was made out of Lego. And right, it's here. And I drove, so I could reverse it. You know, I could reverse with a trailer really well. In fact, I used the trailer so much that I got confused when I reversed with something without a trailer. So that's not the letter, is it? Because it would say deliver mail. Is it one of these instead? Deliver mail.
These look like bills.
Do you think the postal worker, do you think if they deliver bills, they kind of go, oh, it's a bill? I suppose she's a new postal worker. Also, because I've been playing Eastbound on the Nintendo Switch, which is brilliant. It's really good. I really, 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 really like it. I kind of play it in front of my kids so they can watch the story, but I've read somewhere that the story gets a bit dark, so I'm not sure. But when you... The main button, the main action button on the Nintendo Switch is the A button, but it's here on the right. And then on everything else, the kind of main action button is here at the bottom. So if I play one console, I get very confused as to which one of these two is the main action bottom. Yeah, main action bottom. Main action button. And yeah. Nintendo Switch also, the Pro controller on the Nintendo Switch is very similar to this lovely ergonomic Xbox controller, which is the undisputed king of controllers, I think. It might not have all that flashy vibration nonsense, but as a comfortable controller to hold in your hand as you play, nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. Oh god, I'm really late. Look, sky's turning a certain colour. Right, let's have a look. I don't care though. I actually don't care. Like, what are you going to do? Slap my dad? Alright, letters. Where's the last letter? And then I'll go to my house for 5 o'clock for the hot date. Okay, so that's there. Bear Creek. It's just Bear Creek. Okay. Can I drop a... So I want to go right again. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's getting dark, look. Is it American getting dark? Like, maybe it gets a bit darker in this part of America. Oh, I just crash into someone. Yeah, you deserve that. Although I feel slightly nostalgic about estate cars. Okay, to the end and then a right. And then Bear Creek it is. It does really look like the sun is setting, so I've been a bit slack in the postal worker job today. Okay, letters there, so I have to take a right. I have already obviously driven the car into the lake, and you know, it just put you. There's no storyline consequences of driving the postal van into the lake. It just plonks you right back where you were. I've also been making the joke that the man who lives in this house is a real lumberjack and not an actual hipster. They just actually, you know, they just were lumberjacks before. Okay. Deliver a letter. Hello, lumberjack man. Where's your box? Where's your post box?
There's a face I remember.
Pardon me. Floozy mode, remember?
Hi, Robert.
Hey
This is
there.
Robert.
More paperwork with my name on it?
Take a look for yourself.
Thanks. Oh, it gets worse every
Some
day.
rural, cozy part of America. More bull crap.
More bull crap?
Bit of mild swearing there.
Here, this lakeside for years.
Fraternising with the working classes.
Build apartments.
And the people that will enable these kind of things, mate, will start dressing like you. Sorry, that will be the final irony of the death of your trade and lifestyle. The people that actually displace working people like you will dress and grow beards like you. There we go.
That's a shame. I'd hate to see the place I grew up ruined by an apartment building.
What? You grew up here?
Did you just give a bless you to a cough, Abba? I don't know why that feels wrong. Yeah, sorry. I get bless yous from my kids when I cough a lot.
Yes, my father was the mailman before me.
Mr. Weiss. Ah, so you're the prodigy he's always talking about.
Wouldn't surprise me. But tell me about that paperwork.
They say you can
Pouring the
file
beer.
an official objection, but I'm not a great match with bureaucracy. I'd rather get the chainsaw and cut downtown hall.
Wasn't the bless you thing? Actually, I remember some people saying that. I remember I was told when I was a kid that people said bless you because people thought that your soul, if you sneezed, your soul would come out, and if you said bless you, then God would shove your soul back up your nose. Oh, was he
Whoa, easy now.
Just kidding. It's a nice thought, though.
No,
Well,
I thought he was flirting. I didn't see. I was too busy yabbering. Let's offer help.
maybe I can help out. I'm better with paper than chainsaws.
Would you? Awesome. I'll think about it. Have a great day.
Yeah. I think it's a leftover from the what's that lung disease called? Exactly. Don't worry, don't worry. No one can English today. Don't worry about it. Bye, Robert.
Bye, Robert.
Very familiar.
Hey, wait up. I'm done thinking about it. Maybe you'd want to go through all the files together tomorrow afternoon at Moe's. Food and drinks on me.
Sure. Who can say no to food drinks
Floozy.
at Moe's?
Absolute
Awesome.
floozy.
I'll see you there then.
She's
I'll
going
bring
to
all
go
the
through this town like
Okay,
wildfire and then leave with leaving nothing more than a broken hearts and itchy crotches. That's what's going to happen. And she will laugh as she does it. Okay. So I've got to remember all these dates now, haven't I? Consumption, tuberculosis, the disease that killed Arthur Morgan, to put it in Red Dead 2 terms. Right. Just look at her in her postal van, looking for more hearts to break. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like to GTA, like to Grand Theft Auto this game, but now I'm thinking, okay, is there any more deliveries? Firstly, oh no, it's that one. It's this one here. Am I done? I'm done. Okay, so now I don't even know what day it is today. So if I go out of here into the journal, discuss Angie's plan at Mum and Dad's and review Adit 87 documentation. So I'm going to blow out the Adit 87 documentation. And at the same time, discuss Angie's plan. Okay then. Actually, the other thing I can play in games is a straight woman. And if I date the bloke and the other, then it's a bi woman. So there we go. Something else I can play. Completely erased straight women in my earlier commentary of other kinds of people I could play. And bi women. Okay. Close. Okay. That's the one. What I've learned is that postmen deliver packages and flirt with clients, possibly arrange illicit liaisons, and leave town in a wake of STDs. That's right. I don't know if you've watched Father Ted, but there's a great episode where Dougal takes care of the milk round, and the women of the village have not been told that he's the replacement milkman, and so he answers the door to a lot of women in partial states of undress, who then freak out when they realise it's the local priest instead, or one of the local priests instead of the local randy milkman. Father Ted's excellent. I'm not a fan of, obviously, the creator of Father Ted, Graham Linehan, has gone down massively in my estimation because he's a massive transphobe, really, really odious, horrible transphobe, and someone who would set mobs of people on Twitter. So it's really sad that one of the people that wrote that is someone I don't like. But at the same time, Father Ted isn't just him. Like, it was a whole bunch of people, and it was just as much those actors that played those roles, as it was him. So I'm not, sometimes just because someone who wrote something is a bit of a wrong un, you don't have to feel like you don't have to, you have to stop enjoying it because it's not just the writer. In fact, so much stuff is done out of the hands of the writer anyway. And if someone brought that character to life with their own beliefs behind it and everything else, then it's fine. Dougal. Yeah, I love Dougal. Okay. Yeah, Dougal seemed quite sort of confused and excited by the women answering. It's the one which ended up being like an episode of Speed, wasn't it? Because a rival milkman had set the milk float to explode if it went something like under 5 miles per hour. So it was done like a thriller. And I remember right there was the scene with the cardboard boxes laid out across the road, and Ted had to kind of jump out of the milk float, run ahead, and start moving the boxes to the other side of the road, so that Dougal could drive by on time. Right. Okay. Do I go back to the house now? I can't remember what I'm doing. Okay. I think you've got to give the thing back. And then maybe... Yeah. Back to the post office. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay, around and along. I've picked this up. This is quite nice. This wasn't on Game Pass. I bought it because I thought it would be a good streaming game, and I have not been disappointed thus far. Okay. There's other games I really like, and I've worked out they're not good streaming games. I've no idea if... I think Eastward, again, on the Switch, which I know I've been raving about a lot. Such a good game. So beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous pixel art. But very narrative driven, and not very linear as well, so I don't think it would be amenable to this style of playing and writing and talking rubbish. So where am I? Have I overshot? No, I haven't. Okay, right turn. Okay, back to the post office, and then I think I go to the house. Yeah, return to post office. Okay.
No, Angie Eastman, you can't really create a woman with a computer. What movie is that?
It's called Weird Science. You really haven't heard
Excellent.
it? It was a pretty big hit. I figured you, with your computer background.
All right, I'll add it to the huge mental list I've been compiling ever since we started talking. So that's Weird Science, Life of Python.
Yeah.
Brian, Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Right.
You know, you don't really look the part of a computer nerd either.
Well, I'm off duty for a while. Floozy mode.
Well,
Floozy.
I'm off duty. For a while.
You
Good for
dirty,
you.
dirty woman.
So, any particular reason you're not at the Nerd Factory anymore?
Let's just say I wanted a change. That's the flirtiest answer.
Let's just say I needed a change of scenery.
Look at her in
Okay,
a
well, I totally get
Mondrian
wanting something different.
style.
I used to live in
dress.
Los Angeles.
Oh, really? Then, yeah. Providence Oaks is pretty different.
Sure is. It's quieter for one thing, slower for another.
Whenever games build in flirting things, like, they're not stupid, so they will do something like where if you flirt too much, someone will go, "Oh, what are you doing that for?" like that. So you have to be, it's floozy mode. That's how I'm playing this. Total floozy. If that's too gendered, she's a stud. There we go. Okay. Those are two things.
Those are the two things I like best about it.
Me too, I think. It took some getting used to.
So tell me about this plan of yours. Is the suitcase part of it?
Oh, right. It's simple. I want you to distribute movies all over Providence Oaks.
You mean for free?
Yeah. You know the town, you're starting to know the people. Not all of them have VCRs yet, but that's why God invented movie box.
What? That's not all of them. I don't know what point of the 80s it is. But like, again, I don't know. And it's America, isn't it? It's I don't know. I think more so in America, everyone would have had it. Like early 80s, I remember VCRs were like, which I've never used. You know, we just called them videos. You had your VHS and your Betamax. But like, yeah, early 80s, show off Saturn. By the mid 80s, everyone had one. Everyone had a video. And I remember because like the first people to get videos, as we call them, that's what we call them, videos, they would keep all their tapes in these like faux brown leather book cover type things. So like my mum bought stuff from Salesman where we had all these like A Tale of Two Cities, and it was, you know, like those backdrops they have for bookcases that people have when they're being interviewed, and it's just the backdrop of all the classics on it, or sometimes they even have just like literally just something that like a fake bookshelf. But my mum bought all the actual books and never read them because they're the classics, and who reads all the classics? But it looked good having all the classics in leather bound on a bookshelf. So people would have their videos and they would have it in the same kind of leather containers. That was the early 80s just outside of London. Anyway, okay.
And by God, I mean electronics companies. Look, it's a VCR in a box, and it's portable too, so you can take it to anyone.
Are you saying this was a business proposition all along, young lady? I like that. This is the future of entertainment.
Wow, this is the future of entertainment.
I've made a list of potential customers and the movies I think they'll like. All you have to do is just deliver the movie box.
Again, I don't know if
to
it's the
their
same in
place.
America, but
Then you
like
go and pick
when
it
we had
back up
video
once they've
rental
watched it.
shops, we had all the rental shops, but they had to have a Betamax section and a VHS section, and then the Betamax section would get smaller and smaller until like I think the video shop closed down and Blockbuster would come in and like it'd be opened as a mini Blockbuster, and Blockbuster would be like, Betamax, we have no pity for these things, for we are the future, and all things that become dated will be consigned to the past. That's what Blockbuster said. Not knowing, but the irony of what they were saying. Okay, what's the revenue model?
But what's the
Completely
revenue model
amoral
here?
capitalist here.
Oh, you. Not everything is about money. It's about promoting the store. Which I guess is ultimately about money. Here, I'll give you these two to start. These are for Lori. You know
Exactly.
Her, right?
Poetic justice. The mechanic girl at the gas station. Yeah.
Station, right?
Yes.
I've promised to give the van to her if it breaks down.
And A Nightmare on Elm Street. This one is about murders in a bathtub, right?
The love bug,
Well,
man.
not exactly. You'll just have to watch it. But not before Lori gets a chance. I think she'll love it. After Lori gives back the box, I have a couple movies planned for Burt Mackey. They are Jaws and The Dirty Dozen.
Where'd
And
they
that's it
come
for
from?
now. If you're in, that is. So, you in?
All right, I'm in.
All right. These addresses seem to be on my route anyway.
Looks like boyfriend's
in.
going to be. Everyone's just using her.
All right.
I was going to say
Thanks
boyfriend's
so
going
much,
to be a
babe.
lumberjack at this
Now,
point.
do you have any more of this great coffee?
Oh, thanks
Actually,
so much, babe.
I
She
really
said.
need to head back.
Oh, what's the rush?
I left the store unattended. Better get back.
Just have another cup of coffee.
Oh, just have have another cup of
Maybe
coffee?
the store will get a
I'd
burgled.
love to, but I really can't. Thursday's usually one of the busiest days. Sorry, but I'll see you soon, okay?
You missed your chance. You
Bye,
missed
babe.
it. Babe. Babe yourself. It is, isn't it? It's so... Okay, oh. Phone's ringing.
Hello?
Hey, Meredith.
Hey, Dad! How's life? I heard something about poker, fishing, and margaritas.
Talk to Mom, huh? But yeah, can't complain. How about you? You like my job?
I'm starting to love it. Being on the road, the freedom, the people.
That's great to hear. Frank's quite the character, huh?
Frank's
What's
quite the
SMDH? I
character
don't know
indeed.
that. I don't know my acronyms. You said you helped
He
him
said
out.
you helped him out
Oh, is he
once.
married? Should have said that. Is he married?
More than once. Well, what can I say? He likes baseball a bit too much. He places a bet every now and then. Nothing too serious.
Oh.
And what about Bert
I can't even
Mackey?
remember who Burt Mackey is.
Bert doesn't like to talk much, but he's got a heart of gold. Stay on his good side. Speaking of staying on the good side, your mom's telling me to hurry up. We're going to a movie.
Okay, Dad, don't keep her waiting. What movie?
Stand By Me. About four Oregon boys in the 50s. Right up my alley.
Sounds good. Say hi to Mom for me.
Will do. Bye, Meredith.
Stand By Me was like, this film's all over the shop. This game's all over the shop. Like, Stand By Me was late 80s, wasn't it? Mid to late. Like 87, something like that, wasn't it? Oh, right, Adit, maybe. Okay, we're going to work on the Adit 87 material. She's probably going to be knackered now.
All right, here we go.
Proper word processor. I'm going to sound like an old man, but I wrote my first poetry collection on a proper word processor with about sort of 5 visible lines of text. Okay, and then had to save it to kind of like ASCII or something, and then somehow open it on a laptop. And yeah. Okay, let's do these letters first. Letter, and then I got lunch with a lumberjack. And a parcel to, okay, letters first, and then a parcel to the general store. Okay.
Today's contribution is from Mildred, the senior authority on pets and thieves.
It's a positive this time, Jack. My cat Mortimer was healing ill.
Oh, she's on the radio.
To Bert Mackey and our new mailman, Merrill, is in great condition again.
That's fantastic news, Mildred. Now let's
Cop car.
see if it will
Keep trying to
raining
smash into the cop car, but this game won't let you do it.
Say it will be dry later on with a bit of sunshine. Back to the playlist.
I have to write a new poem in a minute. I'll probably write it after the next scenario. Okay, one at the end of the road. Oh, I like the for an indie game to actually kind of have the shadows of the leaves on the edge of the van is pretty cool. You know, that's a detail I'm not necessarily expecting from an indie. Okay. I was a year old. 86. Okay, that's kind of mid-80s. I was 11. Okay, it's not telling me to deliver. Is it this one here? No. I should just look. What's the old... 205 Jackson Street. (106) Ward Street. Okay, got it. That's 302. 106 is across the road. No, 303. 301. Scan on. Okay, let's go to this one again. 301. Does it have deliver? No. What's going on? It's got to be one of these. There is a walk slightly faster command, and I can't be bothered to controls. Okay, agenda, brake revert. Yep. Radio. Walk. I swear there was a walk faster. A walk faster option. But I've wasted more time looking it up. Is it 102? Oh, I just missed it. Okay. Wrong button. Okay. 107. I think I'm on West 3rd Street. So that's 106. Okay, I'm definitely well out, so it's there. 106, definitely 106. Okay, so I've got to go round the corner. Worst postal worker ever. Ah, West 3rd Street. Here we are. Right trigger. Look at that. Thank you, Abba. Okay. Ugh. Ready for some speed walking. Here we go. Normal walking. Speed walking. Look at that. It's blinding. Blazingly fast. Normal walking. Speed walking. Okay, next up. Well, I didn't see it, so it shows how observational I am. There's meant to be some kind of business with the music in this game, where they kind of... Anyway, you have to kind of claim... If I was monetizing this, I'd have to... even though I'd get an automatic yes, I'd still have to ask their permission. Don't know why. But I'm not monetizing it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, round here, round here. I think the old schoolmate's round here. We haven't bonded much with the old schoolmate yet. Wrong one. That mini-map isn't very helpful. 403. Okay. It's going to be across the road. How does that look? There's some writing on this mug somewhere. You can't really see it because it's got beer suds. But it says like Niall's mug. You can see Niall there. Niall from Mary. That's my wife's nickname, Mary. Niall's mug from Mary. It was a Father's Day present. But she didn't realise they were going to put from Mary on the mug. She thought it was going to be on some piece of paper. Like, so it was meant to just say Niall's mug on the mug. But it says Niall's mug from Mary. So it's more like this passive aggressive kind of thing, message on my mug. Like, yeah, you better not have too many of them, because my name's on this mug. Accidentally on purpose, I reckon. That's what I reckon. I accidentally bought some vegan brownies earlier, and she did some kind of, oh my god, look, I've got how many letters left? Okay, one here, left, right, parcel, and she has this voice that she uses when she's playing a vegan, which is vegan. I think she kind of secretly disapproves of me being pescatarian. And I'm so close to going vegan. I probably will at some point. Maybe when I'm a little bit older. Okay. And then I'll get some stick for it. Like some endless stick for being vegan, I reckon. And I will love every second of it. Okay. I took stenciling off my wind glass with rubbing alcohol. I think I've got some rubbing alcohol. From, I bought a cheap phone. I bought a Moto G many years ago. And it actually had quite a good camera. I think it was a Moto G4. And then all the photos went really cloudy. And I looked it up online. And it was because of the non-smear, the coating. Like the fingerprint proof coating was basically rubbish, and you're better off just getting rid of the whole thing. So I used rubbing alcohol for a lot, and then I used toothpaste and a Q-tip. That's the memories I got that brought back to me anyway. You can't eat in my home. I've tried and failed to go pescatarian. Yeah, I had a nice went around Knees. And we had some proper Ghanaian food, which was those, I can't remember the name of anything, so lots of fish. Nia explained to me that when you're in Ghana and you have the same birthday the phrase is we eat chicken together, because you kind of eat chicken on your birthday, which I liked. And got to get in the habit of looking at the addresses here. Well off 107 East Street. Okay. It's a good saying. So we had lots of fish, and we had those corn things, those kind of things that are made from corn, which are boiled and then sliced. I don't know what they're called. We had them, and I enjoyed them, and they had the two kind of a light pink sauce thing and a more of a red chili sauce thing. I don't know which was which, but I had them both. And some mackerel. 107, deliver mail.
Here's your mail.
I did enjoy it. Yeah, I think so, Kenki. Yeah, Kenki. So we had that, and it was I think it's cousin and a mate, and I met them both before, and we ended up having political debates about capitalism and stuff. And Nee's eldest, just as we left, said some withering comment about political debates, and we were banged to rights. And I just said something like, "Yes, I said, hopefully it was all recorded because I think we worked out exactly the way to plan to go with the world economy." It was one of those annoying sort of socialism versus capitalism arguments. I think, for want of a better way of phrasing it, it's not so much whether it's capitalism or socialism, it's more about people sort of ceasing to be twats. And then chances are, if we really cease to be twats, whatever system we worked on would probably work a lot better. That's my nuanced political point for the day. Okay, still not learnt the controls. Right, I'm delivering to the general store. Totally forgotten which one this is. Main Street. You got a full Garfante experience. Awesome. I did. I appreciated it. I didn't eat as much as I wanted to because I had had some dietary problems previously and was too polite to mention them. But next time I will have more. I've also got quite good at not asking what something is before I eat it. If it ends up being something I've forsworn I won't eat it. Like, 'cause I don't really have any, like, all of my dietary choices are more like ethical choices rather than actual physical choices. So for me it's more like, oh, if it's a certain thing I might not like the taste of it. But for me I think it's better to kind of go, oh, I'm just going to eat it. And then like I can ask what it is afterwards. I don't know. That's my brain now. I'm just kind of like more into like, I'm just going to eat stuff. Okay, parcel for this lady. Nancy, look at her. Look at Nancy. Look at that belt. Okay, talk to Nancy. Let's write about Nancy.
Ugh, one of those yellow parcels.
Isn't yellow the color of fun
Sometimes
and
if someone
happiness?
annoys you, it's good to be
It's
really
for that
cheerful
thing
because you know
behind the
you're going to
door,
ruin
a
their day.
photography mini lab. They installed it last week and they want me to operate it. As if I don't have enough on my plate already.
That's pretty nice, actually. I love photography.
Some people think they can become professional photographers overnight.
Until her face showed. Nancy looked cute. I think Nancy's been through the wars, you know. I was going to say stained for the ring. What's the name? You know when a tarnished, I guess. Oh, bit of a deep one there. Nancy is a wonderful smoker, in an age that doesn't look down on the artful smoker. Little hilltop fires billowing from stained fingers and tarnished wedding rings. Up in smoke is the line, if I remember right. The way disappointments don't so much fill up a graveyard as they ascend into the heavens, as wispy reminders of daydreams that never found form or flesh. Deep. Deep. Okay,
Well, photography can.
let's see if we can
fun
start her
too,
on a
right?
hobby.
Look, if you want to take photographs, knock yourself out. They want me to practice with the mini lab before the service is officially offered. They sent me a practice kit with the camera and film.
It's the eyes, they look dead inside. I'm going to do favours for
I'd love
everyone
to
as
take
well.
pictures.
Floozy,
Surroundings here are wonderful.
but also
Well, here you go, and good luck.
helpful.
Take some pictures
That's
and
the
then return
strategy.
it to me. Have a nice day, ma'am.
I like Nancy. Nancy's bitter, but I kind of like bitter people because I prefer someone who's seen their dream die than you know, someone who's not worked it out yet. Okay, caused a bit of a pile up. Well, why to get camera? Okay, let's take a picture of some dude in a van. Oh no, I'm not going to return to the post office. I'm going to take a picture of this dude. I want to take a photo. Is that it? I can't take a photo now. Why is it telling me to return to the post office? I was going to take a a picture of someone right up close. Okay, that wasn't described very well by the game, was it? Okay, round the corner, deliver a letter. Die, 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 die. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. You can't Grand Theft Auto this game, unfortunately. Ooh, rainy day as well, rainy day. Meet with Robert about paperwork. Deliver movie box to Laurie. What's the address? 205. It's the last letter of the day. Then I've got to do the rest of the parcels. Is that 205?
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, there's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. That's exciting. Sort of exciting. Metroid Dread looks really good. So I will probably play Metroid Dread. Not as a... I don't play a lot of Nintendo games. I don't think I've played any Nintendo games as a stream. Okay, where am I going? So I'm done in all this bit. Where are we going? There's a parcel here. Let's do the in the diner again. Okay, we're going to go around this way to the diner. So yeah, Nintendo Direct. They might never underestimate Nintendo. As disappointing as they can be, every now and again they do something amazing that no one else but Nintendo can do. So a Nintendo Direct is always worth watching for that. Even though I have to say my Steam Deck reservation comes good sometime in early 2022. Okay, Moe's Diner. There we go. Just crash into it. There we go.
Wait, where's the package?
Thank you for reminding me. "34 minutes left and I'm nearly out of beer. I only had 2 beers left and I drank them pretty quickly. This was a frosted glass at the beginning of it. Look at this animal, how I hold... Look, there's a handle. Skull. I can't remember if it's... Which one is it? Bollocks, I've got to come out. 500 Lake Road, okay.
What on earth did these folks order?
It's really nice to be streaming tonight. I like having a drink, playing games, writing poems, having a chat in the chat.
Okay. Delivery
So
for the
much
diner.
fun.
Hey,
I love
Meredith.
it.
Sure, just put it on the counter, would you?
Different
Okay,
person.
about the other day.
What about it?
Oh. I really put my foot in it.
I really put my foot in it.
This is the old best
Wasn't
mate.
the best time for that conversation.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
So,
This is
this
a bit...
is a bit awkward.
Let me guess. You got a piece of Maureen's wisdom too, eh? Why doesn't that surprise me? That explains why she wanted me to take over today's shift then.
Dodgy Maureen. Oh, I could just feel the beginning of cramp in my leg. I'm going to start flexing my toes. Flexing my toes like in Die Hard. Told me about Uncle Stan. I'm so sorry.
She told me about Uncle Stan. I'm so sorry.
Thanks. It was a long time ago, but I appreciate it. It's not the same without him.
Pardon me, that was a belch. Okay, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I wish you'd have told me about your uncle. I'm sorry I wasn't there. That's the right thing to say. I think
That's kind of you to say.
so.
Meredith.
Maureen's husband
I mean,
died, and I'm guessing she was
contact you
connected.
about
I
it
don't
at
know
the
if she's
time, but
anyway.
Then again, I had kind of given up by then.
I was overwhelmed back then.
Honestly, I was so overwhelmed back then. With university, then work, you know.
I get it. There's always a reason for things to go the way they do.
Even so, it never seems to be the right reason. Time marches on. What did Maureen always say about that again?
One day you realize
It's marching across your face.
Oh, Mo. Some things never change.
Didn't she steal that
there's
line
a bit
from
of the
somewhere
old sass
anyway?
there.
Yep. Hey, Em. It
Oh,
was
now it gets
good
serious.
to talk. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it was.
I have to get back to it, but see you around, maybe?
I'm sure. See ya.
Right, do I go on that date with the lumberjack now? Okay. If I go this way, right, parcel down here. Here we go. There's always like a little story thing with the parcels here. So down and then first left on it. I do really like this game. I like how chill. It's just. I think it's very hard to create a kind of chilled game with some very kind of, you know, with a storyline. Yeah, okay, up here. With, you know, with characters and the storyline, I think it's much easier to kind of go for the super dramatic, and to keep a certain chilled tone going all the way through. I think it takes some skill. So, salutations to the developers of this game. I don't know whose farm this is, but where am I? Reynolds Farm. There we go.
That's lighter than I thought.
Guessing this is the right house to knock on the door. Ring doorbell.
Hey,
Hello, sir.
I reckon that's a parcel with my name on it.
Sure is. I reckon your name's Jack Reynolds. If your name is Jack Reynolds, indeed.
I reckon your name is Jack Reynolds?
She's a bit of a
Indeed I
city
am.
slicker
And I reckon
these
you're
days.
the new postal worker.
Yeah, be right. I reckon you could say that.
I reckon you could say that.
Well, thank you much. New around here, I reckon. People call me JR. I'm a farmer and...
JR.
I'm Meredith.
Nice.
Nice to meet you.
I think I've heard you on the
I think
radio.
I've heard you on the radio.
Yeah, I think
You
you
did, eh? Well, it's what I like to do. I had some spare time and a room in the shed, so I figured, why not?
About your playlist.
Yeah.
I think it could use some more songs.
Yeah, it's
Indeed, working on that. But I'm in the middle of a potato harvest. Don't have much time. Hey, listen, postal worker Meredith, I need to get back to work. Can you do me a favor and give this envelope to Frank?
yeah,
Sure, no problem.
Thank you so
saying
much.
yes to everything. Total doormat. Okay. Now let's run over his potatoes. Sounds like a euphemism. Map, what's next? Oh. Alright, movie map. Okay, right, long way around the lake, and we're going to deliver the movie max to the young lady at the garage. And I can talk a load of old rubbish on the way. So if I'm listening to the radio, who's playing the records if he's doing his potato harvest? Okay. I might play Sable next week. I'll either play more Lake or I'll play Sable next week. I haven't decided. Sable is really good. Well, I played a demo of Sable and it's quite lovely. It's one of those lovely looking games that when I played the demo it wasn't rubbish. Unlike a lot of pretty looking games, I'm looking at you, Baldo. Right, so because I'm an Xbox owner and a Nintendo Switch owner, and I got a Mac, and that's about it really, and an iPad. Okay, that's more than lots of people have. But I'm having serious PS5 envy about Deathloop. Deathloop looks bloody amazing. I watched a Donkey video, and Donkey just did a whole video of him kicking people in Deathloop. And kicking people in Deathloop looks awesome. AOE free. Like, I'm rubbish with acronyms tonight. So I don't know which one that is. Kills my PC. I can't wait till I get a new PC. Age of Empires 3. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I haven't played. I've got like Civilization. There's a few games I've got waiting, which I'm probably going to play on the Steam Deck. So one of them is Civ 6. Another one is Disco Elysium, which I've not played. I could play it on my Mac, but I just don't like playing games on my Mac. So I think that will be another Steam Deck thing. I've heard so many good things about it. So Age of Empires, I've not played a lot of those big strategy games. And I don't know if Civ 6 is a good one to start with. But I know that with those strategy games, it's like the further along you get, the more it begins to chug. Yeah, I got it as like one of those, you know, like when that thing's like sort of £7 on Steam, on one of those sales. That's when I got it. I've got to say, there's not many games that can kind of like let you play as a Confucian emperor, so that's probably the appeal of Civ 6 for me. Maybe Age of Empires does actually. Oh, have you got one of them? Is your PC kind of like an upgradable one, or is it like a laptop which is quite hard to upgrade? You know where you can buy the new graphics card and just like whack it in. He says, a man who's never assembled a PC in his life. Just whack it in. Right.
Hey, Miss W. Got some mail for me today?
No, but I have something else. Angie from the Flick Shack asked me to deliver some movie boxes. She also asked me to deliver some to you.
Oh, tight. What are the options?
Let me see.
Tight.
The Love
That's a good slang word.
Or A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hmm. Okay, look at these options here. I can't tell her to watch Nightmare on Elm unless I reverse psychology. You'll probably love that bag. Well, that last one might be too scary. I reckon if I say that, she'll go, now I can watch it. Because I would totally, like it's a young woman in the 80s. You're not going to give her the love bug, are you? It's gonna, Nightmare on Elm Street. Because like the whole point of Nightmare on Elm Street is right at the end. Is it Alice? Can't remember her name. But she literally turns her back on Freddy and just goes, you have no power. I no longer invest belief in you. And even though it had the corny nightmare at the end of her mates, it's still kind of like, ultimately, she's like, up yours, mate. And it just takes that one up yours, mate, and he's gone. So, I'm going to reverse psychology her into watching Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that last one might be too scary.
Too scary.
There we go.
I'm almost 16, Miss W.
There we
Take
go.
a horror movie.
If you say so, Lori. I wouldn't want you to get any actual nightmares.
I promise I won't get any nightmares.
So
On
you'll
Elm
pick
Street?
A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Give me the love bug.
Oh, come on.
I thought you didn't want that one.
Ugh, I don't. But if my parents catch me watching Elm Street, they'll ground me for a week. I wish they'd just take a chill pill and see that I'm basically an adult. I fix cars.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, no, that's too bad, Lori. Maybe you can watch it at a friend's house instead.
No, I'm homeschooled. There aren't many teenagers here,
Homeschooled.
as we have noticed. So I
By
don't have
necessity,
enough
to be
friends
fair,
to
rather
watch
than
it.
an ideology.
So it's a love bug for me.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Take the horror. We'll watch the Nightmare
Tell you
movie.
what, take the love bug now, and we'll watch the horror movie at my place. Would Sunday work for you?
What? Really? Yes, it would. That'd be wicked, Miss W.
Yay!
Of course. I'm always in for a good fright. So, see you Sunday?
Totally.
Total rite of
so
passage in the
much.
1980s.
Deal.
You got to watch
Have a
Nightmare on
nice
Elm Street.
day.
End of. There we go. And then does she get killed in Nightmare on Elm Street 3? She comes back on Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and gets killed. And it's the same with like Kincaid, isn't it? I'm remembering my Nightmare on Elm Street stuff while I'm driving my postal van. But Kincaid, who was kind of like, I remember me and my mates, I wasn't allowed to watch Nightmare on Elm Street 3, so I had to watch these kind of surreptitiously, like this girl. And if I remember right, have I just gone all the way around? I have. Like, Kincaid was like this strong, badass black guy, and he's kind of like a real badass in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And then in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, he takes his dog for a walk in his dream. His dog does a fire wee, and he gets killed really easily. And it's kind of like WWE booking. I'm trying to get my finger in focus. Come on. There we go. I'm going to do a special effect now. The autofocus in this camera is something else. Okay. Yeah, WWE. Big E Langston is the WWE champion, which is fantastic because Big E is just quality. But I'm telling you now, he will lose in about 4 seconds to someone like Brock Lesnar, because that's what WWE do. They kind of like, they did it with Kofi, they did it with Bianca Belair, they give a belt, they give a big belt to one of their African American athletes. Well, like Kofi Kingston's Ghanaian. Yeah, talks like a Yank, but he's Ghanaian. Even though he spoke like a fake Jamaican for the first few years when he was at WWE, but still, they make a big thing of it, and then they do the most kind of like, oh, just give it to Brett, just literally get beaten in 30 seconds by Brock Lesnar or Becky or whoever. So that's why I'm watching AEW tonight, because I think it's a better product. But AEW needs to uplift their Asian and black. Their Latino talent is pretty uplifted, actually. And actually, they're Japanese. They've had a few Japanese women's champions. But anyway, I like wrestling. I still like wrestling. But WWE's like, it's weird because WWE is the one which it will do something like it had an all-black female main event for the first night of WrestleMania this year. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, brilliant and great match as well. But then they just F it up later on. They just flush it all down the toilet. That's the problem, because Vince is an old man, an old rich white man, okay, who admittedly comes from a kind of working class background. Okay, I'm ranting about wrestling, so back to the game. I am going, where's this hot date with the lumberjack? Maybe I missed it. Okay. Meet with Robert about paperwork. Here we go. Okay, so I think I've done all my parcels. Robert is down in Bear Creek. Wasn't I going to meet Robert at one of the restaurants? Oh. I can't remember. We're going to drive to Bear Creek and then and if nothing comes of that, we'll go to the post office. So I've totally forgotten. It should have the info, shouldn't it? It should say you're meeting Robert at this cafe or restaurant in this address. Yeah, like, well, the only local diner is Moe's, I'm guessing. So we can go back to Moe's, have a look for Robert at the table, and see. Right, Moe's Diner it is. In that case, all I can think of is the guy from The Simpsons. I want a man to hug and kiss. See more butts. I want to see more butts. Try to remember the other Moisms. My kids found it very amusing. Yeah, Moe's is this way. We've just been to Moe's. So maybe he sat at a table and I just blanked him. Okay, Moe's it is. If I can see the voice acting. I've done a bit, but I've never been very good at it, I have to say. I think I have a few issues with my voice. When I do my streams and when I do my podcast, and again, I know I say this all the time, the podcast is coming along nicely. Rusty Sonnets will return. It's getting like, you know, like I've not posted for months and it still gets like 50 listens in a week. It's ridiculous. It's the one that people really value, I think, Rusty Sonnets. But I really, really work on the sound in anything I do. I think the sound is more important than the visual in video and obviously in audio. The sound is really important. And with my podcast, I worked for so long on the sound to recreate what's called the podcast hug, as Blind Boy calls it, just to get a certain quality to the voice. And I've done the same with, so I do the same with this, with the microphone and just the levels and stuff. It's really, I think anyone who's making content has to spend a bit of time thinking about how it sounds. Okay, out the van. So I did do a few maybe, but to be fair, the voice acting gigs were probably over 10 years ago, and I've probably got better at it since. So maybe, no idea how to go about it though. Okay, Robert isn't here. Maybe I return to the post office and it just can you fast travel? Let's find out. I'm pretty sure there was like a fast travel option to the post office. There we go. Oh, look at that. Autopilot. I'll enjoy that. The chilled game has just got more chilled. Agreed. What was agreed? I don't even know what I was just saying when it was agreed. Yeah, yeah. You're talking about the go to the post office and see if it cuts. Yeah. There was a voice acting thing I did, and they worked with me, but they felt they needed another person to voice it. I think it was a race thing. In the sense that the character who had been filmed, you could see the character's hands, and the character had white hands, and they decided they needed a white actor. And so for some reason, I think Nee knew this as well, so he got me in. And I did a read over in a cafe, and they liked my voice. I can't remember what I did, a certain kind of wizened voice. I was in my 20s, but I did this kind of voice, and they liked it. And then the story does have an ending. And then they got me in the studio, and I was useless. I was absolutely useless in the studio. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get that thing that I had in that cafe. And then, ironically, in a way, they went back to Nee, and they just made him narrate it in third person rather than first person, which is what they should have done anyway. But chances are there was some racism there, I reckon. You know what I mean? Like we got a guy with a good voice. We like the voice. Why don't we just change one word in the script a couple of times? No, we're too caught up with these white hands. Anyway. Yeah. I think, yeah, great equipment, but you don't have to go mental at the same time, like especially streaming. I won't lie, I've spent a bit on my streaming setup, but that's nowhere near what other people have spent on their streaming setup. So I've got like 3 lights here. They're not like the big lights, they're just little lights. But and then the sound. But the sound's a good investment. Like a good microphone is a good investment, I think. So it's a Samsung G-Track Pro, which is around the same price as the Blue Yeti, but it's better. It's got a deeper sound. It's got a warmer sound. Burped again. Anyway, but there's another microphone I got that's much cheaper that I used for the podcast for a while.
Meredith and Robert.
And that's a Rode Video Micro, and that plugs into a lot of phones and stuff if you get the wire, but it's much cheaper. Oh, there we go, it has cut to it.
Is that what they're calling it now?
No.
Speaking of work,
right.
Robert, someone reckon they could fix the roof themselves and made it worse somehow. I mean, foot just went right through. No physical harm, thankfully.
The roof. Yes, I promised to take a look at it. Let me check out the damage.
Forgot the name of this lady.
Right,
I was chatting about her at the beginning of the
sure
beginning of it.
Good ones right there.
He seems very nice, but I haven't actually talked to him longer than 10 minutes.
What's time got to do with anything? You know what you want when you see it, hon.
I think I'll play this next week. I've realised I've got about 7 minutes left. Haha, Maureen, speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I guess there might be a bit of projection involved. Well, who can blame me, right? Anyway, let me show you to my nicest table. The sun hits your face in all the right places here.
Maureen, you old.
Okay, so what you're saying is
you old
there's a
floozy.
couple of things we can do, but no chainsaws.
Definitely no chainsaws, for the moment. It's just that the remaining options will take time, effort, and patience.
Well, that's 1 out of 3 for me.
Can I get you lovebirds? Anything else?
Maureen, really? I could always decide not to fix your roof today, you know?
Don't worry, Robert. I know Maureen. I'm sure she doesn't mean anything by it.
I could go for a nice glass of red wine.
I could go for a glass of red wine, Maureen.
You old floozy.
Gotcha, hon. Robert?
The same for me, please.
Sure thing. Back in a jiff. Ashley! Did we get that wine order in last week? They what?
Glad we're finally done for today. But there's more to come.
Oh,
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Thanks, but you don't sound very convincing.
To be honest, you probably need some extra help.
Is that an offer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you two hard-working individuals. Here you go.
Thanks, Maureen. Cheers.
she's saying yes to
How's
everyone
life
to
in
help
VO
them all,
so
and I've got a
far?
feeling there must be something
only
built
been
into
a
this
week,
game to
but-
make it all end in tears if you try to help too many people at the same time. Because otherwise, what's the point? I don't know. Maybe it's just a really nice, optimistic game.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I've been here a bit longer.
Well,
Time sure does fly.
he stared out the window there.
I'm sure you must have some good stories.
Oh,
Yeah, look, Meredith, I'm sorry. I really better get started on fixing that roof. It's just, that's quite a big job. While it's still light out.
staring out the windows.
So, thanks so much for your help. I mean, I really do appreciate it. Drive home safe. I'll see you around town. So, yeah, I'll see you.
She's getting proper blown out by everyone, isn't she?
Everything okay over here?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, how's it?
I'm not sure.
This floozy strategy is not working. Is that it? Are we beginning a new day? Oh, Friday afternoon.
Good day. My name is Walter Morgan. I'm from the Postal Service.
Oh,
I'm
God.
calling with regards to compliance to policies and guidelines, such as the use of Postal Service property, code of conduct, and so
Oh, here we go. In trouble for the video.
I will be in touch again soon.
Oh, he's angry.
Meredith, it's Steve.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Thanks so much for improving the text and sending it back to me.
I'm gonna have to tell
confident this will
Steve
improve our chances of
to
securing a
go
monster
to
deal.
go shaft himself at some point. Yeah.
It better help. It wasn't the most fun I've ever had.
You won't regret it. It's a monster deal. The big retailer, big money, big prizes.
This is her other job that she's meant to be getting away from. Calm down, Steve. Yeah.
And what happens now?
I don't like Steve.
Well, yes, calmness is needed. Eyes on the prize. The next steps are me going to meet up with them this week. Discuss terms.
Okay, Steve, good luck.
Good luck.
Thanks, Meredith. Speak soon.
None of that I have a tiger rubbish. Okay. Stay home and read a book.
The Countess and the Carpenter.
Oh, I forgot she's
Chapter
reading
2.
this rubbish.
Cecilia hated old Mr. Nabenshoe's table manners. The way he slurped rhubarb into his digestive system was quite the dampener on Cecilia's appetite. She wanted to get out of here and drink and dance with the common folk. Every night, she heard their merry noises travel through her bedroom window, the sounds of real life.
I'm gonna leave it there because it's 59 minutes past, and I think it's good. We can.
Meredith.
Oh, there we go.
There's an
Right,
envelope
sorry,
today
Frank.
with an incomplete address on it. It only says Mickey and June, Lake Campground.
We
Providence,
know where
Rhode
that is. We know
Think you
where
can
that
find
is.
that?
Yeah.
I know where the
I think I know
campground
where that
is.
is.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, Frank, I wanted to ask you something.
I will not babysit Mildred's cats.
No, it's about something else.
So both of these questions are really nosy. Is sports betting legal? Who cares? What's in those envelopes? You know what I mean? That's that, innit? Dipping it in. I love this camera. There we go. Look at that. Look at those blackheads. You don't get that in any night's entertainment, do you? Hey? Just something. Just leave everyone with something to scar them for life mentally. At the end of your. Anyway, okay. What's in those envelopes? It is nosy.
Oh, that's just for stamps. Saves them the hassle of driving up here. Hey, I gotta get back to work. Catch you later.
Okay, on that highlight, I'm going to leave it there. I quite like. I only wrote 3 poems, but I quite like them. They need a bit of an edit, but like, I like this game. I think this game's good for the poetry. Yeah. I might even edit them a little bit and post them on Twitter or something. Which is saying a lot for the poems I write during these streams. Okay, Abba, it's always a pleasure, and I think we do need to let's have a little bash heads together about Submittable, because I was a bit lost last time I went in there, and that's no fault of anyone's but my own for not keeping up on stuff. But yes, let's do that. And I am going to stop streaming, and I really like this game. Now I might dip into Sable during the week if Eastwood isn't claiming too much of me. And if it feels like a streamable game, I'll do it. But right now, I want to stick with Lake. I have to say, I'm enjoying it. It's working. So yeah. Okay. Cheers, Abba, and cheers to the other. We got 4 viewers, so that's quite nice. So the 3 of you, thank you for watching too. Whoever you may be, I probably know you. We're probably related, but still, I appreciate it. 4 viewers is epic for this kind of thing. So I much appreciate. Hope the game's been chilled. Hope the poetry's been fun. Hope my waffling has been somewhat entertaining. I hope my blackheads won't haunt you to the grave. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers. Wrong mouse. There it is. Yeah, it's good then. Hopefully I'll actually stream next week and not have long COVID. Anyway, good night, everyone. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What? No, it didn't work then. Let's do it the other way. Oh, I like it. Good night.